Okay, so welcome to another video on what is the internet, which is a very interesting question. I'm going to write it down there if I have a pen up here. What is the internet? And I can show you here what a map of the internet, and maybe afterwards we'll look at very briefly at some programming languages and things like this. So what is the internet? Well, here is a map of the internet, and I want to thank Rani, a technical expert that I met, suggesting that I show a map like this, so he gave me the idea. This is a map of all the different computers connected together that make up the internet, and as you can see, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of computers connected together, and you can actually see down here, this here is just this tiny little section here, so that these are all the IP addresses, and each one of these connections might have hundreds more computers connected to it that you can't see. But let's wind back the clock. Let's wind back the clock to, I think it's about 1970, 1969 is the year over here on the Wikipedia article. And in that year, there was a network established, the first successful network of two computers or more, or three computers or more, connected together. And that network was called ARPANET. And we can actually go down here and see the first four computers connected together. All of these here, the University of California, Los Angeles, Stanford Research Institute, University of California, Santa Barbara, and University of Utah, they all connected together. And if we go back to our drawing here, I can show you what's happening. So you've got Crazy Man over here with Einstein here, and he's got a big old computer the size of a house, and he's doing calculations on it. He's doing all sorts of fancy fandangle things on it. And then you've got another crazy man over here in another university, and he's got another big computer, and he decided that they wanted to be able to connect their computers together. And in fact, I originally thought it was a defense contract from the US, the Air Force. I thought it was an Air Force contract, but in fact, that apparently isn't true. And I also thought that they built it because they wanted to defend against nuclear attack. But that apparently isn't true either. That is apparently false. So if anyone says that, then you can say, well, go read the Wikipedia article on ARPANET. This is ARPANET. And they connected these two computers together. Well, they actually connected four computers together. They connected another box over here, and they connected another box over here. And those all connected together form the first network where information, little packets of data, could be sent between computers like this. And they were very successful, and that eventually turned into, eventually they started connecting more computers onto it, and then they connected more computers, and this eventually went all the way around the world, so that you've got the world here in the center. These computers eventually went all the way around the world, and you had what is known today as the internet, which is very cool. So you have all these connections circling around the world. I'm going to keep drawing them in because to show you it goes right around the world here. Now, what is the next step in this evolution? Well, there's all sorts of things. They had to develop software to be able to connect. They developed things like TCP IP, which I might talk about in another video, which enables you to connect all of these computers together, which is a special protocol. They also, let's go along here and let's see. Oh, my disk is full. Let's see here. So this is a map. This is an actual map of the original ARPANET. It was shut down eventually in late 1980s, but that was because by then they had a much larger network going on. I might show you this video here. This today is what the computers look like that make up the main sort of systems. So actually, maybe I should show you where you are. You are probably connected. If you're watching this, you're probably connected. You're here, and you've got your laptop or your computer, and you're looking at it there. You may have some sort of bright screen coming out. It doesn't really look much like a laptop, but that's meant to be a laptop. and you're connected probably to kind of a box here, and that's probably connected to lots of other people, and then that's probably connected to another box here, and it just goes, and going back to that map again, it's just lots of people connected together, and eventually you probably are connected to a big server or a data center. And Facebook or Google or YouTube have lots of these big data centers. And to give you an idea of a data center, I'm going to show you a quick video here. This here is a data center.
So what you see here is our custom-made server. It's actually it's a one rack. We call it, there are 3 columns here. Each column holds 30 servers. And if you look at it carefully on the right-hand side, we have an AC power strip as well as a DC power strip.
So what you're seeing there is lots of little computers all connected together with wires, and they all work together in clusters, and they allow you to do all sorts of fancy things, and it allows Facebook to run and Google to run. And to give you an idea of how much energy here, I've got a blog article here, and it says that Google, I think this was written in 2011, Google at that point, that this person thinks uses about the same amount of energy as 200,000 typical homes. And if you, every time you type in a search query to Google, he estimates that it uses about the same energy as it takes for you to eat one chocolate cookie or chocolate biscuit. So there you have it. That's how much energy you're using. Every time you search for something on Google, you're using up about it's like you're eating a chocolate biscuit. So that's something funny. Here's another map of the internet with all the different nodes to give you a sort of a zoomed out view. There's a lot of them there, and it's growing all the time. It's getting more complex, and there's more of them connecting together. And of course there's actually networks that are not connected to the internet at all. They're called things like dark nets or things like this, and they might just have 2 little computers connected over here, and they're not connected to the internet at all, and so they're just separate networks. Main menu. But eventually they are. Eventually they are connected. If they're connected to the internet in one place, then they're added on. This whole network here is added on, and the internet gets more complex. And finally, I've just got the Google Energy page if you want to find out more about how much energy Google uses. But basically, you've got the idea. I don't want to rant on. I hope I haven't confused you too much. But basically, there is all of these computers connected together, and maybe in the next next video, I will talk about languages and the sort of languages you might want to learn if you want to learn more about this. So watch out for that next video there.